Hey guys, this is Alfred back with another video, and with the current event that is going on right now in Genshin Impact, you'll be able to invite a 4-star character once you hit the requirements. So I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on which of these characters are really strong for your account. Like I said in almost all of these videos, please pick your favorite characters first. This is a gacha game. Please pick for your waifus and house bondos. But if you're here for a meta perspective, I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on which of these characters are worth investing and really strong in your account. Now, for a lot of the veteran players, you probably have almost all of these characters at max constellation except for Lan Yan, who is the new character. So nonetheless, I'll still go through all of these characters in case you're a newer player and you want to know my thoughts on which are the strongest characters right now. So with all that said, let's begin with this video. There are a lot of great characters here. In my opinion, the best one to get is Xiangling. Xiangling is really strong, and the fact that she is a pyro character means she can be played in a lot of the meta teams at the moment. Now, to really understand Xiangling's power level, a lot of people compare Mavuika to Xiangling, and a lot of people say that Mavuika is basically the 5-star version of Xiangling. So if that does not dictate her power level enough, then I don't know what is. Especially once you have her at Constellation 6, she will just do a lot of damage and provide a lot of sub DPS for your team. So Xiangling is obviously the first one to pick. After Xiangling, you can consider Xingqiu. Xingqiu is basically the 4-star version of Yalan. So once again, just a very strong character. Hydro is one of the best for sub DPS and for supporting your main DPS currently right now in the meta. So Xingqiu is definitely a very good pickup in that case. Other than Xingqiu, another character you can consider is Yao Yao. Yao Yao is a fantastic healer, and the fact that she's Dendro means she can be played a lot in Hyper Bloom teams, which are evidently very strong in the game, and aggravate teams as well, especially when you have a lot of electro carries. So Yao Yao is fantastic. The fact that she provides Dendro application and healing is fantastic for the team. After Yao Yao, you can consider Beidou. Beidou is a electro sub DPS. Although she has fallen a little bit off the meta, electro is still a really relevant element, especially when you're playing aggravate and especially when you're playing hyper bloom. If you have Dendro main DPS, for example Alhaitam, you can consider playing someone like Beidou, who has great shielding and just great electro applications off field. The last support you can consider is Yunjin. Yunjin is more specific to characters who like to auto attack a lot in order to do damage. One primary character that can really use Yunjin is Yoimiya. Yoimiya is a bow fire DPS who can easily utilize Yunjin's attack speed increase and can also enjoy the shield so she won't be interrupted. So that is one primary use. Obviously, if you have any other auto attack based carries, Yunjin is also fantastic support. Although if you're not leaning towards that, then I would not recommend Yunjin. So enough of the supports. Let's talk about what are the stronger DPS to pick. Now, in my opinion, in this roster, the strongest DPS you can pick is Gaming. Gaming is a plunge attack pyro character, and because his attacks are relatively slow, you most likely will be playing him in melt teams, which he is evidently very strong, especially with the release of Sitlali. So if you guys manage to get Sitlali in your account, Sitlali can obviously buff Gaming's damage, and at Constellation 6, Gaming is actually a powerhouse even as a 4-star character. So if you have Sitlali and you don't have Mavuika and other pyro characters, I recommend you play Gaming in a pyro plunge team, and if you have Xianyun, she is a bonus to increase Gaming's damage. Another character you can consider is Ningguang. Although Geo right now is not as strong, C6 Ningguang can be used in mono Geo teams where you're just spamming abilities and spamming skills to do a lot of damage. In my opinion, she is still really decent, although Geo has fallen off. Maybe there will be more artifacts that Geo can use in the future to have her come back. And the last main DPS I recommend is going to be Yanfei. There is a cheap team if you pair Constellation 6 Yanfei with Xingqiu and Yunjin. You can play around that, especially with Bennett, and you have a very simple 4-star team that can do a lot of damage. And a lot of people right now are playing Yanfei as a shielder and a pseudo healer instead of a damage dealer. At Constellation 6, she can still do decent damage, and it's probably something you can consider. Now, there are two characters I don't really recommend, which is Chongyun and Xinyan. Although they have some usage in the current meta, I just don't feel like their kit is capable to keep up with the current damage, especially when the bosses in the Spiral Abyss have drastically inflated in HP. I don't think their kit will be able to sustain them in fights and won't be able to carry most of your teams in fights. Although there are some people who are able to make them work in the Spiral Abyss, you have to remember that these people are really invested in these characters and have spent a lot of time retrying the Abyss just to get the run. It is really difficult to complete the Abyss with these two 4-star characters. And lastly, let's talk about Lan Yan. Lan Yan is the first Anemo shielder in the game, which means that that we're finally able to play a shielder with Virides and Vannerer. So she is a fantastic shielder, and the fact that you can play with one of the best artifacts in the game means she can fill 2 roles in one character, which is fantastic. Now the big problem with Lan Yan is that she has a downtime between her cooldown and her shield uptime of 4 seconds. So you have an awkward moment when you just don't have a shield and you have to do other stuff, which makes the character really awkward to use, especially when you have shorter cooldowns for your rotations and shorter uptime. The longer shield and the awkwardness of having the empty 4 seconds there can be a problem, but other than that, she is a fantastic enable character, and is definitely a character that you are going to be looking to prioritize in the Constellation 6 list. So in conclusion, what are the best characters? In my opinion, these are the characters that you should prioritize: Xiangling, Xingqiu, Yao Yao, Beidou, and finally Lan Yan, and the other characters is purely up to preference. So remember, please pick your favorite characters first, and please pick the characters you want to enjoy before picking for the meta. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know I basically skimmed through most of the 4-star characters, but the truth is a lot of us already have most of the characters, so hopefully you're still able to take away something or two. If you like this video, please leave a like, it shows me I should do more. Comment down below who you're picking for this upcoming event, and finally do subscribe. We'll be doing more videos like this for each event and for different banners. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.